Now you have the river layer, you have the red layer, and you have the blue layer. And now, for instance, you click on the river layer and you create a bevel and emboss, and let's go crazy a little bit and increase it and increase the depth, and we do the inner shadow and we do a drop shadow, and there you are, you have this picture. The first thing you do after that, I know it looks like a mess, but sometimes the clients ask for crazy things, and you finish this. The first thing you do after that is you right click on the layer and you click on duplicate layer, and you take the river copy layer and drag it all the way, like I showed you before, to the bottom, all the way underneath the blue, and you hide this layer, because just in case the client sees what you've done and he tells you, okay, listen, I need some more stuff done to this picture, I need you to put a pattern overlay, and I need a color overlay. Sometimes clients are very strange. And let's try some inner glow. And you spent, let's say, an hour doing this, and the client sees this, and he tells you, no, I actually don't like it. I have an idea. Could you please take it back to what we did before? So very simply, what we do is we retrieve the old layer we did before. We hide this layer and we go back to what he originally asked for. So the morals of the story, and of course we take this layer, we right click, and some people would delete it. I personally, I would click on it and press river rejected. And I'll take it and keep it, because you never know when you might need it later on. Try to imagine with me that this picture, which the client sent you, is 1 in a million, and it could never be reproduced again. It's only one picture of it in a lifetime. So to be safe, what I recommend you to do is you duplicate this layer again. So, sorry, I pressed the wrong button. Of course, I pressed the wrong button, so how do I cancel whatever it did? Command Z. I take the rejected layer, I put it at the bottom, I hide it, I go to the river copy, I duplicate the layer, and I could call it here original image or client image. And I take the original image, I put it down here. Let me hide the river copy so you see it. And I stand on the effects and I drag the effects and I throw them in the trash. This way you have the original picture the client sent you, just in case you need it, and I'm asking you to use some of your imagination with me, that this is a very, very expensive picture and the client paid $1,000 for this image, and if anything happens to it, you or your company will get into trouble. So we have the original image on a layer before, without putting any of the effects on it, and we hide this, It is still there, obviously, as you know. Just like the river rejected, it is still there. And we go back to our original design. And the client, for instance, will tell you, okay, example, if you click on the effects layer, he'll tell you, listen, I like the inner shadow, but I need it softer, so you reduce it. Listen, the bevel and emboss, I've changed my mind, I don't like it, remove it. So on and so forth. Try the satin, no, I don't like the satin. This is what I'm trying to explain to you. And with using layers, even though this looks like one image and one image only, in reality are many, many pictures on top of each other. Please do practice layers and practice mastering layers, because it is a vital component of all graphics program. One more thing I want to say to you before we carry on, that I showed you before, if you do Command Z or Control Z depending on your software, if it's Windows or Apple, it will take you back one step. So I want to show you something new. If we click on Option or Alt, depending if you're Windows or Apple, Option or Alt, with Control or Command, depending if you're Windows or Apple, and you press Z. If you press Z 20 times, this Photoshop allows you to go back 20 steps to practically where you started off at the beginning. This is very important. So we have Alt or Option, Control or Command Z. Once takes you back one step, or Photoshop allows you to go back all the way to 20 steps. And next thing we'll talk about is